Good Wednesday evening, everyone. I am student meteorologist Ayesha Wilkinson.
I'm meteorologist Ulises Garcia. We had a great Wednesday out here in Tallahassee.
We sure did. It was pretty nice outside, and it got up to a pretty hot temperature, too.
Yeah, you could feel already the toastiness is starting to come in, even though we did have a really cool morning here.
Yeah.
Into the 30s.
Definitely. When I woke up and I went to my car, I was like, too cold, and I know it's going to be hot in the afternoon, so how do I even dress for that, you know?
Yeah, that's what happens in the spring, you know, with these swing temperatures, the transitionals from cold mornings to warm afternoons.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to predict what's going to happen in the mornings because it's going to jump back up to 70 degrees and you're like, here we go again.
Yeah, but the good news is if you wanted that cool air, it was here, just to remind us, you know, of the hotter times that will come later on this year. And, you know, the weather is beginning to change for all of us here in the southeast as we go into the next couple of days as well.
Yeah, in the next couple of days, we're going to see some rain chances kick in with that cold front coming through.
Yeah, rain chances are going to come in. Umbrellas, ponchos, and rain boots will be now your best friends, replacing those sweaters and jackets we've been seeing early in the week.
Yeah, so like they say, April showers bring May flowers. So we're getting into April, folks, so the rain is coming on the way.
Yeah, and we do need that rain. You know, there are some parts that do need that rain, especially in parts of Florida. So any rain that we get is great. And now we're going to send it over with Ayesha with a look on an overview.
Yes, that's me. So I'm going to tell you about the current almanac. 75 today as a high. So we didn't beat the record of 91, unfortunately, but I'm okay with that because I don't think I want to be in 91-degree weather. Our low was 39 today. So currently around campus, 73 degrees, pretty nice overall. 70 down in Carabel and all the way in Thomasville, 73. So nice temperatures around our area. Tonight's forecast, 54 degrees and a cooler night, but we're going to see our temperatures kick into gear, kick higher, and we're going to see those rain chances come in with clear is not going to stay clear, folks. It's going to be cloudy. Later on, it's going to be a wet weekend, so, you know, make sure you tune in for that. What's ahead? You can see our temperatures 77 on Thursday, 76 on Friday, and it's going to be a wet weekend, like I said before. The warm temperatures are coming, but with warm temperatures, you know what that means, Ulysses. That just means that we're going to have more showers, too.
Yes, more clouds, more showers coming into the area. And that's just the way it's going to be. But the weather's not just affecting us here in Tallahassee. It's all throughout the southeast. It's right now in the plains right now, bringing severe weather all the way up into like Nebraska.
Right. So they're seeing some snow chances in Wisconsin and Michigan, but that low is going to come towards our area, and we're just going to see some rain.
Yes. I mean, the rain they're projecting could be up to 3 to 4 inches after like the next 5 days or so. So just remember, turn around, don't drown if you are going to be driving over very putted areas.
Right, and definitely keep those ponchos on hand if you're going to go see the men's tennis. Jay's going to talk about more of that in our show, and check out all those games. Our basketball team's in the Sweet 16.
Yes, the Sweet 16, they're playing in Dallas against Baylor, and that's all going to be broken down in our national and sports later on, but now we're going to send it over to Casey with a look of our local.
Thanks, guys. Let's go ahead and look and see what we're going to see in that next 7-day period here on this graphic. We do see 77 for your Thursday. Now, there's kind of a general similar temperature trend around here. Just beautiful conditions overall. Now, those morning lows will start to cool down, though, as we get in toward Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, just a bit, as we do have some of that air from the north starting to filter in just a bit around here, but it shouldn't have too big of an effect on us. Nothing like what we saw earlier in the week with those lows getting in to the mid-30s. 73 right now here in Tallahassee. Partly cloudy skies, humidity 46%. That wind a little bit of a factor at 13 miles an hour, but not too big of a deal. Now, tri-state, you see that there's not much on the Doppler radar at this time or in terms of cloud cover, but we're starting to see just a hint of this in the upper levels at least, as we started to see some rain start to filter its way in. As we get in toward tomorrow and in toward Friday as well, we're really going to get in more of an active, unsettled pattern as we get into the weekend too. So something to keep a very close eye on indeed. Now, temperature rise right now, 73 Tallahassee, 72 St. Mark's, 75 Quincy, mid-70s, just a nice day around here. Beautiful, go out and enjoy it. Great overall across the viewing circle. But that's going to change as we get in toward your Thursday. Dew points starting to go up, an indicator of moisture in the lower levels of the atmosphere. 51 in Tallahassee, 58 in St. Mark, 61 in Carabel, and more moisture is going to filter its way in, as I mentioned, as we get in toward the weekend. So I just have those umbrellas handy, as we'll also be tracking some thunderstorms around. Those winds, we're starting to see the switch of those now. A southerly wind, which is bringing in more moisture. 13 Tallahassee, 9 in St. Mark, 6 in Carabel, 10 in Apalachicola are the speeds for those. Now, futurecast-wise, again, cloudy conditions will start to come into play. It'll start to be more unsettled. The nice conditions that we've seen now, which are great, will start to change, unfortunately, as we get later into your Thursday. The cool front will start to make its way closer toward our region, and that we'll see and we'll show that there will be some showers and thunderstorms around the Big Bend and southwest Georgia. So, again, keep an eye on the situation, as there will be a threat for some of these storms to be on the strong side. But getting into Friday and the rest of the weekend, rain will stick around. A little bit of a break later on Friday according to our computer model, but really shouldn't be too big of a deal. Tonight, 54 for Tallahassee, 55 St. Mark's, 58 in Carabel. Overall, great conditions for tonight, but again, those chances of showers will start to come into the picture as we get in toward Thursday. 77 for the high, Tallahassee, 78 St. Mark's, 75 Carabel. And now for the day planner, you're seeing the temperatures as the day goes on. 56 tomorrow in the morning, 75, and staying about the same 5-day. That rainy pattern will be around. But right now, we'll take it over to Ulises for a look of the southeast.
All right, thank you, Casey. Casey just mentioned how the weather is going to be crumbling for us all throughout the area for the next couple of days, and that's also not just for Tallahassee, but all throughout the southeast. 76 in Tupelo right now, 73 in Montgomery, 76 in Shreveport. Really warm thanks to those southerly winds. You can even see some more oranges into Texas. That's indicating 80s and even 90s possibly down into the Mexican border. The 24-hour change shows a lot of the oranges, which indicates warmer air coming into the region. 11 degrees warmer in Wilmington, North Carolina than this time yesterday. 5 in Orlando, 4 in Miami. And that's all thanks to those southerly winds ahead of that frontal system now into the Midwest. Those winds coming out of the south are really strong, 13 to 15 miles per hour in certain parts, 16 in Savannah, 13 in Tallahassee, up to 23 in Shreveport. There is actually high red flag warnings to parts of central Texas, high wind warnings to parts of Oklahoma, wind advisories as well into parts of Arkansas, Louisiana, eastern Texas, Missouri, parts of western Mississippi, and Tennessee at this hour. So if you are driving in that windy weather, give yourself extra caution, especially if you have SUVs. When it comes to the water vapor, there is a lot of dry air in the upper levels of the atmosphere, but that green, which is over into the plains, is starting to march in, and that is a signal of things to come. So all this orange will eventually push towards the east gradually throughout our Thursday, with those humidity values really comfortable into those 20s and 30% over the I-95 corridor from Miami all the way to Wilmington. But you can see that green, that ick factor starting to come in. 58 in New Orleans, 54 in Shreveport, and that's going to help build for those thunderstorms as we go into our Thursday. When it comes to the rest of the southeast, really quiet, but clouds are beginning to build. There is a slight risk of severe weather for parts of Tennessee, Alabama, Mississippi, parts of Georgia, and Kentucky as we go into our Thursday. West of Tallahassee to Pensacola, they're into a slight risk going into tomorrow. You can see that rain starting to build tomorrow morning into parts of Memphis and Tupelo. By the time we get into the late afternoon hours, Montgomery, Atlanta, so I-59, I-10, I-20, I-40 will all be under the gun. By the time we go into our Friday, you will see that rain will eventually meander to parts of the southeast, so the Carolinas will be into this effect. Tonight, temperatures are going to fall into the 50s, so really warm night compared to those frost and freeze warnings we were just seeing days ago. And afternoon highs are going to climb into the 70s for majority of the southeast and 80s along the Florida coast. Warm times ahead, but the rain is coming.
You're right, Ulises. The rain is coming. It's going to be a wet weekend ahead, so if you have plans, my bad. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, sorry, but it's also not just us. You have to go across the pond towards the British Isles as well. They're also going to have a wet Easter coming for them as well.
Right, and so that's the same as us. We're going to have a wet Easter, so if you have plans, maybe it's time to take them indoors if you're going, Easter egg hunting and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Try to do something inside. Maybe hide them in the couch or something like that.
Yes.
Be creative.
Yes, when it comes to be creative when it comes to your Easter plans, but also it's affecting us internationally. Parts of England will be seeing up to an inch of rain with winds up to over 40 miles per hour. So give yourself extra caution driving out in parts of the British Isles. But now we're going to send it over to Ayesha with a look on our nation.
Yes, so I'm going to take it to a national look. You were talking about gusty winds, Ulysses. Well, there's some gusty winds around the nation. So there's high wind warnings, there's freeze warnings, watches, everything, a lot of things happening, but I'm going to show you the current conditions right now in Atlanta, my home city, 71 degrees, so not too bad. You can see the rain and where the cold temperatures are. Minneapolis at 29 and Denver at 30, so they're seeing some rain showers over there with that low pressure system over on their area. So current winds, 25 miles per hour in Kansas City, so it's pretty gusty there, and guess what? That's where all the wind gusts warnings and watches are at. So for us, it's not too bad. We're pretty low. New Orleans at 15 miles per hour. So satellite and radar, you can't really see the spin too well, but it's up in here, the low pressure system creating a lot of snow and rain for this area in the Midwest. So they're seeing a lot of rain showers and a lot of snow in that area. Heavy rain and heavy snow for parts of Michigan and Wisconsin. So what are these warnings and watches, ladies and gentlemen? It looks like Easter on the map. It's a lot going on. I'll try to break it down for you as best as I can. The green little spikes that kind of look like trees, well, those are flood watches. So that just means that there's going to be a lot of rain in that area, and you have to look out for those rivers and such things like that. The blue is the freeze warnings. That just means that it's going to get pretty cold out, so bring in your pets, plants, and people. This box, this red box, is a tornado warning. So that means that there is possibly a tornado on the ground. That's just warning you on what's going on in that area. The pink is pretty much the gust advisories. So and the purple there is the freeze warning. So just a lot going on in that area. Water vapor map, you can kind of see the spin of the low pressure system in here. The green showing you where all that moisture is. And that orange behind me, that's just showing you where the dry is. So it's going to change later on. We're going to see that cold front come through. And where is the cold front, you ask? And you can see it on the dew point, actually. So you see this line, that dry line there, all the way in Denver, they're seeing a 27 dew point, so it's pretty dry there. But in Dallas, you can see 60 for their dew point, showing you how much moisture is in their area. So that moisture is going to come into our area, come towards the east, and that low pressure system is going to give us rain chances the entire weekend. So sorry to kill your plans, but that's pretty much what's going to happen later on in the week. Denver at relative humidity at 88, so it's pretty saturated in that area. 24-hour temperature change, a lot going on there. -20 up in the Midwest. Flight delays, Denver, they're at ground stop right now because of all that wet weather. Tonight's forecast, 54 in Atlanta. And tomorrow, you're going to see that those higher temperatures come in with that severe weather threat coming through, 78 in Tallahassee. But I'm going to take it to Rachel for a local look around the area.
Thanks, Ayesha. As you probably saw today, we had a beautiful day. There was not too many clouds in the sky. Our high was 75, which is at the average. Our lows were a little bit cooler than the average, but wasn't the record at 25. Current conditions, it's 73 right now, partly cloudy. Pretty comfortable, dew point at 51 degrees, and the humidity is at 46%. Current conditions, it's pretty, the low, it's like the mid to high 70s. Tallahassee is at 73, down in Apalachicola and Carabel at 70. Up in Bainbridge, it's a little bit warmer at 77. There was not too many clouds in the sky today, and that will not be continuing as we go into the week. We'll start to see some clouds come in later this evening and into tomorrow. Not too windy. Tallahassee is at 13 miles per hour. It's a little bit less windy in Wilma at 2 miles per hour. And then up in Thomasville, it's at 9 miles per hour. So still pretty comfortable, not anything to worry about. If you're trying to head out to the beach tomorrow, it will be a beautiful beach day. nice time to get a tan at 6, UV at 6. High tide's going to be at 3:18 and in the morning and 2:42 p.m. Surf is at 2 feet. On the water, there's going to be 3 to 4 feet waves, moderate chop, possible showers, but still not too bad if you're trying to head out on your boat. Tomorrow, we might want to look at wearing some shorts and a light jacket. There's going to be a slight drizzle, and the rain's just only going to keep increasing throughout the week. Friday, you're definitely going to want to bring your umbrella. There's going to be some rain showers. Saturday, because of all this rain, it's going to start to cool down, and you might want to break out those rain boots. Tonight, we're seeing a low, it will reach down to 54. It's going to be a cool night, but also very clear and not too windy. Tomorrow, we're looking at 77 degrees. The clouds are going to start to increase, but the rain chances will start lower in the afternoon. Looking at the week ahead, like I said, the rain chances will continue to increase leading into the weekend, but then it'll start to cool out, and it'll start to be sunny next week. Back to the desk.
Thanks, Rachel. Now let's go ahead and talk about a severe threat that will be around our viewing circle for tomorrow.
Oh, yes. In our area, the cold front will start to make its way into our region, and because of all instability and a lot of, I want to say, energy that's in the area right now, it's going to be bringing a lot of showers for Thursday, Friday, especially Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah, keeping a close eye on that for sure. Strong winds, large hail, the main threats. Can't rule out an isolated brief tornado, but really don't want to go too far with it yet. Again, damaging winds really do look to be the story around here.
But yeah, I mean, we're starting about anywhere between now and about Monday morning, about anywhere from 2.5 to 3.5 inches of rain. So that's quite significant, and we can't even rule out of isolated areas. Talk about anywhere from 5 to 6 inches of rain. So that's quite significant for the majority of our region, anyways.
Yeah, precipitation definitely will be high in terms of those totals overall. So something that is very much keeping an eye on, looking for those warnings again. If there are any surrounding severe storms around, we'll be doing updates online as well as live streams. So just follow that for us.
Yes, definitely stay tuned for all the areas going on locally. But now let's take it out to a little more around Florida look with Rachel.
Current conditions in Tallahassee, we're at 73 degrees. It's getting a little bit warmer. Down in Miami is at 77. It's overall just beautiful weather. Not much going on the radar. You can see a little bit of clouds forming in this area, and that'll continue to increase as we get into tomorrow. Winds, it's not too windy. It's a little bit gusty down in Miami at 12 miles per hour. Tallahassee, we're also at 13 miles per hour winds. Tampa, it's not too windy at 3. The 24-hour temperature change, so this is showing what the temperature is today versus yesterday. So in Tampa, it was 7 degrees warmer today than yesterday. Tallahassee, we were about the same at 3 degrees warmer. Down in Key West, it was also 4 degrees warmer. The humidity, it was pretty comfortable. We're going to start to see the humidity increasing when the moisture in the air is also increasing. Key West was pretty humid at 71. Tallahassee was up here at 46. Tampa was at 45. We can see that there's some rain forming off into the Texas area, and that's going to start to come in with that cold front that's coming in to our area. Tomorrow afternoon, we're going to see some rain showers, and Tampa-Orlando area will also be seeing those rain showers coming in shortly, and that will continue into Friday and the rest of the weekend. Dew point for Tallahassee is 51 degrees. Orlando is at 53. Miami is a little bit higher at 59, which is because of all the rain that's coming in. All this orange is how much water vapor is in the air, so it's a little bit moist, or it's dry. Sorry, it's dry right now, but it'll continue to get more moist. Tonight's forecast, Tampa is sitting at 63 degrees. Tallahassee's a little bit cooler at 51. Miami is a little bit warmer at 70. And Palm Beach is at 69. Tomorrow, we're going to start to see some showers into the evening, like I said. We have rain clouds for Tallahassee with 78 high. Fort Myers is at 84 with some clouds. And Orlando, we're going to start to see clouds also, just clouds everywhere. Now we're passing on to Jay.
Thank you. Now it's time for my favorite segment of the entire show. It is Webcam Wednesday. And we're going to take out to Virginia Tech weather. They saw a lot of showers. Yesterday's high was about 61 degrees. Today, you see a lot more sunshine in the area for Virginia Tech at 71 degrees. So quite a little difference there. We're going to take it out to Webcam Wednesday into our region. Yesterday's high was 60, a gorgeous night. And going on into a gorgeous day too. Today's high, we got up to about 74 degrees. So it's quite a great one for all across Tallahassee region. So I know everyone tried to enjoy it and just go out and just have a nice little study break, I like to call it, for Webcam Wednesday. But now we're taking it over to beach volleyball. We're seeing Friday at noon, 76 degrees. On the Lady Knolls, we'll be versing Florida International University, so make sure to bring an umbrella. And for volleyball players, it's a very significant thing for the wind at south 8 miles per hour, so they'll be very much aware about that for the wind. But now you can see my lovely face for the FSU baseball game day forecast. Friday at 6 o'clock, it's going to be 73 degrees, but you might want to bring an umbrella, quite a wet one for the baseball team, as Knolls take on North Carolina State, and the clouds will be building, and once again, it's going to be south winds at 8 miles per hour. But now last but not least, the FSU men's tennis team are playing tomorrow at 5 o'clock. It's going to be 75 degrees, but you might want to bring a jacket. It will be a windy game night if the rain does decide it wants to fall. And if it does happen to rain, they may have a rain delay, or going to the indoor course, which is by the swimming pool and FSU golf course. So make sure to come out and support Knolls, because they will be taking on Georgia Tech, which is an ACC rival, and their Knolls are in the top 25 in the nation. So make sure you stay tuned for that. They will always want to support, and this is a very, very big game for FSU men's tennis, because they are still undefeated at home. So they're playing their undefeated streak on the line when they play against the Georgia Tech Bees. So again, not the Bees, the Yellow Jackets. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. But again, come out and support. And if they decide it wants to rain, just come on to the indoor course, which is right by the FSU golf course, because they always want support from our Knolls. I know we're all looking forward to that.
Yes, it'll be exciting for sure. Those games are critical for the team.
Oh, yes, it is a very critical one. I know all sports are in action this weekend. Tennis, volleyball, baseball, softball, they are away this weekend. So, and also our Lady Knolls playing Baylor in the not ACC championship, but the NCAA championship.
Yeah, Sweet 16 out there in Dallas. That'll be Saturday afternoon. Traveling out there, you're going to probably run into some nasty weather between here and there, as there are some strong storms that will be around.
Yes, but again, we are the number 5 seed in the tournament, and we're playing against number 1 Baylor, and they are a very strong powerhouse, but we're not no little team either. We were playing some very strong teams. We've just beat the number 4 seed, and quite significantly too, so it's going to be a very interesting matchup.
Yeah, beat Texas A&M pretty badly there in College Station. See what our Knolls have in store for us on your Saturday. Hopefully we can get a big win and go on to the Elite Eight. Would be very exciting for Coach Sue Semrau's squad.
Well, I mean, that's what President Barack Obama has for us. We're going all the way up to at least the Final Four, so it's going to be a very great day for us. Hopefully we can beat Baylor and move on in the tournament. But now we're going to take a little more local look. Locally, in the last local, I don't know, I said it's just a lot of locals, but it's just with little old me. Currently around the nation, around Tallahassee, see 73 degrees, partly cloudy. You're just seeing a nice cool day. Dew point at 51 degrees, humidity at 46 degrees, and the south winds at 13 miles per hour. And south radar, we're still seeing a little bit of a remnant of a high in our area. That wind is going to move off Thursday into Friday as the cold front starts to make its way into our region. So expect a lot more rain in the next couple of days. But I'll get more into about that in just a bit. Currently around our area, seeing 73 degrees in Tallahassee, 72 over in St. Mark's. Over in Wilma, 76 degrees, just seeing mid-70s for most of the region. And wind speeds, it's a little gusty here in Tallahassee at 13. as well as most of the region, seeing Bainbridge at 10, Thomasville also at 10, and Mariana at 12. So quite a little more gusty one for our region. Now, this is what I like to tease earlier. It's going to be a cloudy start to our day at Thursday as the cold front does start to make its way into our region. It's a little more of an impact. I'll go from Thursday morning into Thursday afternoon. The rain chances do start increasing into Thursday afternoon, into Thursday night, all the way into Friday. It's going to be a very, very wet weekend, so make sure you have the raincoats and rain boots. It'll be quite a wet one. Let me step up the way to really show this just a little bit more. Make sure you bring the raincoats because it will be wet Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, respectively anywhere from about 2.5 to 3.5 inches of rain, as me and Casey mentioned earlier. So again, if you have any plans outdoors, like I know I have plans on Friday and Saturday, make sure to bring an umbrella. But if you want to go on the sand anytime this afternoon into tonight, it's going to be south-southeast winds at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Just surf at 2 feet, so not too rocky on the water, just a light chop versus anything else. But now, taking an overlook to tonight, 54 degrees. It's just a cool night, clear indeed, at south-southeast winds at 5 miles per hour. Tomorrow's forecast is just 77 degrees. The clouds do increase just a bit, as well as the rain chances increase in the afternoon, about a 40% chance of rain. And if you have any plans, we got the Thursday's take. It's going to be a cloudy start at 56 degrees at this morning, tomorrow morning, and at noon, it's going to be an overcast at 75 degrees. And it will stay like that for 5 o'clock on Thursday. The rain chances do increase, so you might want to bring a raincoat or rain boot if you have any outdoor activities Thursday afternoon. And last but not least, as it's going to be a windy one for the next couple of days, Thursday, rain chances does start its way back into our region Thursday. Friday, it will be a wet one at 70% chance of rain. Saturday and Sunday as well as Monday morning. After that, the temperatures stay relatively the same for most of the week, and so does the lows as well to Monday when we go back down into the 50s, I should say. So quite a wet one for the next couple of days. So again, we keep mentioning earlier, and just keep going on. Don't get wet. Try to stay dry.
Yeah, absolutely. Have that umbrella on hand, poncho, maybe if you're going to an FSU baseball game and there's rain maybe right before it starts, but starts to slacken off enough for them to get it in. Something you definitely want to have on hand.
Yeah, I think the weather's kind of crying for us because we had to take all these tests. I know you had a test earlier today. I had a test earlier on this week, so I know I was definitely crying because it was a lot of tests and a lot of studying this week.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot going on for sure, but the weather is at least cooperated so far. Unfortunately, it does look like for the weekend, when you do have more time to get outdoors, that 7-day tells the story with a lot of showers and thunderstorms around, with some of them even being strong and heavy rain producers.
Yes, however, you see the temperatures, it's not moving all that much. You're saying about a 3-degree difference between now and next Wednesday. So at least stay relatively warm, but definitely muggy and humid, indeed.
Yeah, make sure you like us on Facebook, though. Also, you can follow us on Twitter or watch us at any time on livestream.com/FSU Weather.
Yes, and of course, we also have an Instagram account, too, so come and check us out there. We're always posting videos, always posting photos. Just come out and just like us,
Yeah, absolutely. Make sure you do that so you can get some great information from the FSU Weather team. But for now, thanks so much for joining us on this Wednesday evening. I'm Casey Cloud.
And I'm meteorologist Jamar Kimball. Have a great night, Tallahassee.